do a little countdown? All right, 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
What's good, guys? This is going to be our TV episode for you guys. We are going to be talking about I Love LA Season 1. We're going to be talking about Tire Season 2. We're going to be talking about Predator Killer of Killers, even though it's not a TV show. It's going to be something we're going to review. We're going to talk about Pluribus Season 1, and we're also going to be doing a review finally on Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, welcome to Film, where we break down films in the way anyone can enjoy. Whether you're new to movies or a seasoned fan, you're in the right place, and also in the right place. To my left, I got my boy, Isaiah, ZDB. Aramia, how you doing, buddy?
I'm in the left place, actually.
You're in the left place?
Yeah, because you said I'm in the right place.
Or maybe you're in the...
Upside down.
I love that he knew I was going to say that.
We'll get into it later. Phil, let's get straight into it.
Gotcha.
Let's go, Phil. You love LA? You
I
got
love
that
LA.
Lakers hat on, so I know you love LA.
Mm-hmm.
But Phil, do you love the show I Love LA?
You know what? I really like the show I Love LA.
Whoa.
It was very funny and very surprising to me, bro. The first 2 episodes, I was kind of like iffy on it because I wasn't too into the characters. They were kind of getting on my nerves. But then when it came to a specific character about a specific celebrity that they based the episode on, I really got into the show where I was actually excited every single Sunday to see the next episode coming out. I was like, what is the next mayhem that's going to happen? What is the next thing? And it got me so excited. But overall, before I get into some stuff,
Some specifics.
I want to give this show a strong 8 out of 10.
Whoa.
I wanna give it a strong 8 out of 10.
Whoa, that's pretty high. That's actually higher than I thought you were going to give it.
Yeah, I actually want you to check this out because it gave me a little bit of the Adults FX show Season 1 type of vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's about these group of friends, Maya, Tallulah, Alani, and Charlie. And at first, they're kind of like, I don't know, I guess it's their language because they're pretty mean to each other sometimes, but then they like pretty much love each other at the end. But they just seem like they were so like, they just seem like messed up characters at first. I wasn't too much of a fan, but later when some stuff happens, I get way more into them and I get way more into their stories, their separate lives, and it just turned into a whole funny mess of stuff. And I liked it. Two of the characters that stood out to me, because the main characters in the show are pretty much Maya and Tallulah, played by Rachel and Odessa. The other 2 characters, though, that I really liked was Charlie and Alani. Charlie mainly, though, his name's Jordan Firstman. You recognize him, though, because he was the boyfriend of Evan in The English Teacher.
Oh, yeah. I forgot he was in the show. Yeah, I saw a clip of him in it. And I was
so
surprised.
watching The English Teacher, like, I liked him. I was okay with him, but I wasn't, like, too invested. I didn't know too much. This was the second project I've seen him in, I Love LA. And he was actually one of my favorite characters in the show.
Sick.
He was unbelievably funny, especially with the specific episode I was talking about. And instantly, I always wanted to know what was going to be next with him.
Was he funnier in this show than he was in English Teacher?
Yes.
He's pretty funny. Okay,
1,000%. He was much more funny. Like, there was a scene that involved a restaurant that I thought was one of my favorite scenes of him in, because he was trying to just trying to impress like a group or like get back in the good graces of a group. And while he's trying to do that, he finds out something at the end of it where he's like, well, I did that for nothing. And it's just so funny.
Yeah.
But he has more of those type of moments in the show. And I need to see him in more stuff. I need to, because he is a funny guy. And I just need to see him in more projects.
Is he in a lot of stuff already or no? Is he kind of on the come up? Is that what it is? Do you know?
I don't know because I've only seen him in 2 things, The English Teacher and I Love LA. But if he is in more stuff, I wouldn't be surprised because he's really good. Right now, I only see that he was in 1 episode of Dave. But I guess other stuff I'm seeing, apparently he was Mr. Wilson in Miss Marvel. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
He was in 3 episodes, he was Mr. Wilson. Okay, I guess I didn't recognize it.
How many episodes is the show?
9, 8? I Love LA?
Yeah, 12?
I believe it's 8.
Okay.
It's 8 episodes.
What do you think about that?
The length of the episodes?
Yeah, no. Oh, yeah. How long are the episodes?
Honestly, it's not that long. I want to say 35, 40 minutes.
How do you feel about a lot of these comedies being like 8-episode seasons?
I think depending on how the story's going, it should be a little bit longer. But for these, now, I think it's okay. I think it's better than Manage because right now watching Friends. I like it. I'm starting to get it a little bit more into it, but there's 23 episodes in season 1.
Yeah.
And I kind of wish there was just like 12 or 13 with that, just
Yeah.
based off the comedy. But with this, I think 8 episodes is okay because now you get into season 2 because they were picked up for season 2, and now there's anticipation for it. Now, I don't know if there's going to be more episodes, if there's going to be 10 or 12, but if it's another 8 episodes, I'm totally fine with that with this format.
And I think the difference with this show, it sounds like, is the fact that it's 40, 50 minutes long or like 30, 40 minutes every episode. Yeah. Okay.
30.
Which is pretty good. I feel like that's a more valid, like, 8. I still like the 12, 13. I feel like it just works. I feel like these shows are meant to be a little bit longer. I feel like I understand the 23, 24. I don't love the 23, 24 as much either. I think 12 and 13 is like your perfect sweet spot.
I think with you though, you are more of a TV show like watcher than I am.
Yeah.
That I'm more used to, or I think I'd be more used to the whole 8 episode, 10 episode.
For
format.
sure, yeah. I'm freaking, the shows I used to watch, everything was 24 episodes. Everything. And then, like, you see a lot more of, like, the more mainstay TV shows being, like, your Breaking Bads, a lot more serious being 13, 12 episodes.
Yeah.
But comedies standardly are, like, 24 episodes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? How do you feel about that? Because I know you have something in your head about it.
Well, that's why I don't love it. I think, like, look, I understand why you do it. Especially a first season, I think it's fair because you don't want to spend as much money on it and you want to see if it hits.
Yeah.
I think going into a second season, you need to pick it up for more episodes.
I'd be cool with that. But also, besides, like the situations that they get into are crazy. Like, not as, well, you know what? Yeah, I want to say they are crazy. It's just that there's not a Marty from Timothy, like, being a part of it trying to con, but they still get themselves into crazy situations that are, like, get your attention and get you wondering, like, how are they going to get out of this? Like, what's the next, like, direction? And I think that's mainly because Rachel and Odessa, those two, very good actors in this show, like very good. Everybody acts really well in this, but those two really drive like, oh my gosh, like why or why are you choosing to do that? And then when you see either it works out for them or not, it's maybe satisfying, but it's a crazy show, like crazy.
Is the show more mature? Is it mature?
Way
Okay,
more on
cool,
the mature
cool.
side.
Okay.
But it's, well, no, yeah, it's way more on the mature side, but I also like how it's shot. It actually has a pretty good, like, it looks good. Like, with adults, that looks pretty good. I like the way they were shooting it, and it kind of did remind me of adults, but I think this one looks a little bit more like a movie, a little bit more.
That feels higher budget.
Yes.
It's the HBO thing for sure. Yeah.
But it looks good. And it was giving me, like, entourage vibes, or I kind of want it to get to that level. Because mainly with Odessa's character, Tallulah, she's like a famous, I don't want to say model, maybe like a social media person. And Maya, played by Rachel, is managing her. So they are kind of trying to go on the come up of Tallulah's career. And I could see her getting to a place where she's like this high class celebrity, where her and her friends, like, were catching up on their lives too, because they're also successful. Jordan Firstman's character, Charlie, he's a stylist. And True Whitaker, who is the daughter of Forrest Whitaker, apparently. I was shook by that. I was told that by a friend. True Whitaker plays Alani, and I actually don't know, in my bad, correction, there was 9 episodes, but I don't know actually what her job was. I don't remember.
Just hanging out, just a friend.
But, yeah, maybe. But either way, I would love to see, like, them each year or so, each season, like, just leveling up.
How are you anticipating a second season? Are you confident? Like, are you like, oh, like, I need to see more of this? Or
Yes.
Is it kinda, okay, cool.
I want to see what happens in the future, and I really do think that there's more chaos that they can get into. Like, that's even bigger than what they're in now.
Okay.
I hope, at least.
I think I do need to check. I feel like this sounds like a me show. I feel like I would like it.
I think it really would be a show you would love.
Yeah, I
because
didn't see a lot of
very
clips on it.
funny.
I saw a couple for sure. I don't think this show like pushed me hard on the marketing the way adults did, where it just kind of was always in my face. So I was like, fine, I'll watch it. Luckily, this show didn't do that. But you sound like you really like it.
It was surprising because at first I was really gonna get on that 3rd or 4th episode and just be like, okay, it's whatever. It's a 5 or 6 out of 10. But I think it was the 4th episode. The 4th episode made it much better, much better.
How's Josh Hutcherson in this show?
Josh Hutcherson is honestly a character you root for in this show.
Cool.
You root for, and you also feel bad sometimes because when you have, I just told you these personalities that are in this show, like they're a lot. So imagine Josh Hutcherson, who's kind of like a more normal being in the mix with these characters.
Yeah.
He honestly is a good balance for the show.
Nice.
And I think I would want him to stay. I would want him to stay. I would want him to do more with this combination. But I don't know because it ends in a certain way. And if they were to end it that way, I wouldn't be mad. But I would also be very curious, I'll say. I would want a little bit more.
All right. Anything else you want to say on it?
Just if you guys want to check this out, it's on HBO Max. And if you guys loved adults, if you guys love some comedies that are placed in LA, highly suggest this one because they definitely show you they're in LA. But I think you guys should get on the train now while there's this less of episodes before it becomes 50 or 60 or like something big.
We'll see. I feel like comedies don't get that love no more. But
you never know, man.
You never know. That's true. All right. Let's move into another comedy. One I just finished. Phil, the second season of Tires came out, and they're already teasing a third season coming out pretty soon in 2026.
They confirmed it.
Yeah, and they just made a little like ad thing for it was like a football thing, and it was hilarious. It was so funny. I watched it though. I think I talked about it a while ago that I started it and then completely dropped it. Not for any like particular reason. I just kind of stopped. I just finished the second season. I'm in love.
Oh, is that good?
I love this show. Yeah, I think it's different for sure. I think a lot of your workplace comedies, like you think of The Office, you think of your Parks and Rec. I've never seen Workaholics. I don't know how crazy it gets. I hear Workaholics is hilarious, and I feel like I would love it. This plays probably, I'd imagine, in a weird in-between space, and I'd like to hear people like that have seen maybe both can like weigh in on that. I think it probably plays in on like that more in between of like an Office and a Workaholics, where some of their scenarios get crazy and they're a little weird, and then other episodes they're like fairly normal, and a lot of the stuff is just funny. I think Shane Gillis, he's a comedian I love so much. I think he's so funny in the show.
Yes.
They set up a lot more potential in this season too, with a lot more character focused like stuff. Like it's not just funny anymore. Like they're actually telling stories by bringing his dad in, played by the dude that plays Sandman, by the way, in Spider-Man 3, which I thought was super funny. I heard his voice and I was like, who is that? And then I looked and I was like, nope, that makes a lot of sense. That's exactly what it sounds like. I want to give all the highlights to, I'm finding the actor again, Steve Gerben, who's another comedian. He plays Will, who is probably one of my favorite. Have you seen
I saw season 1. I haven't seen season 2.
I love Will so much, and I like the way everyone makes fun of him. So I'm always all in on like what's going on with him. He's really becoming a character too that's growing a lot more from the first season, where he's a lot more like anxious, loser, sucks at his job, whatever, becoming to a lot more of like a confident leader. I think it's cool that a show like this is doing stuff like that, because I wouldn't expect it to. I would expect a show like this to just stay funny the whole time. It's like, oh, what kind of weird shenanigans can we get into this episode? And that's still very much prevalent, but like I feel like the show is still like, hey, we want to tell a story here. Like we want to like have characters grow and change like a normal workplace comedy. And I really appreciate that. Something that I think people can probably speak on better than me. I've seen 4 seasons of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, and very much, I think the reason why it's hard for me to get into that show is those characters don't really change. At least in 4 seasons. I don't know how they change in 10 more seasons, but at least in the first 4 seasons, they don't really change much. This sort of feels like the characters are staying the same, but are slowly becoming more mature, becoming more reasonable, becoming like better people. And I always like when TV does that, because that's how I get into these sitcoms. That's why I watch them. I watch them for the funny, but then I love when they're like willing to be like, hey, like let's try and tell a story here. So I really enjoyed it. Who knows if it'll be on my top 10 projects of the year? I don't know. You're not getting spoilers from me. But I'm really enjoying it a lot, and I can't wait for the 3rd season. I can't wait for the 4th, 5th, 6th. I don't know how many seasons they're going to do. I could watch the show forever, though. I think it's hilarious.
So you 1,000% recommend this to me and anybody else?
Dude, totally. If you watched the 1st season and you liked it, watch the 2nd season. If you're looking for a new comedy to watch, I can recommend you a bunch. But that one specifically, I think is really good, especially if you like a little bit more like adult humor, too. but it isn't like insanely inappropriate. I think they joke about a lot of inappropriate things.
Yeah.
And there's definitely some stuff where I'm like, dude, what the heck? But I don't think they push anything super hard. It's very like what it is. It feels like very realistic in a lot of ways. I think that's probably the best way I can describe it. But it's hilarious. I love it. I think this season 2 was longer. I think it was like, I had it up and I lost it. Yeah, I think it was like 13 episodes, which I like was like cool. It's like the sweet. Yeah. First season was 6 episodes and this season was 12.
Wow.
Which I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
perfect. That's exactly what I want. You know, start small in the first season, less episodes, put more budget in the second, make it 12. And I hope I think going on they're going to do 12, 13 episodes, which is nice.
What would you say was your favorite moment of Tire season 2?
They go to a tire convention and it's one of the best episodes of the show.
Oh, man.
That's all I'll say. Funniest episode. It's super good. There's another episode that I don't know if it's in this episode. Oh, yes, it is. The HR episode. It's the second episode of the second season. It's so funny. It's so good. But yeah, that's it.
Holy crap.
That
That
was my
HR
tragedy.
episode, when I see it come up, I'm going to be nervous out of my mind.
Did I give it a number score? I don't think I
think
did.
so.
I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
I really liked it. Really good. I can't wait to see more, and I'll definitely be watching.
Dang, okay.
Yeah.
So you'd say it made a killing for you, huh?
Oh, it made a killing.
Okay.
It was a killer of killers for sure.
Because
Because Phil, I watched another thing.
what did you watch? Oh, you're ready
I
for this one.
watched Predator, Killer of Killers, an hour and 20-minute anthology kind of like thing. It's played out in a movie, but it plays like an anthology. You focus on 3 different characters and 3 different time periods, and then it culminates into one big thing at the end.
Wow.
It's fan-freaking-tastic.
Oh, for real?
I'm going my number score outright. I'm giving it a 9 out of 10. I loved it. Like, loved it. Like, I was watching it. It was 2:30 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I was watching it. I was in Florida, so I wasn't adjusted to the time yet. So I was watching it, and I was, like, laughing because it's just how insane the fight scenes are. I was laughing. I was geeking. I was like, dude, this is so sick. It's really, really, really good. And I understand why everyone was talking about it so much. It is really high on my movie list. I was surprised with how much I liked it. It actually like shocked me, genuinely. I was like, okay, I expected this movie to be good. I knew I was gonna like it, but this movie made me realize, hey, I think I'm a really big Predator fan. I think I want to get into the franchise finally. And maybe I won't like them when they're a lot more slasher horror stuff, which is definitely the case. But I do plan on watching all of them because I've now seen Prey, Killer of Killers, and Badlands, and all 3 I'm like, these are phenomenal. Like, I love all 3 of these for different reasons. I will say, I think Killer of Killers is better than Badlands. I liked it more.
Wow.
I thought it was cooler. I think because the fight scenes are better, but also the story was, dude, it was
really
good.
good?
It was really unexpected. I don't know. I think like 3 different timelines. There are 3 different like periods. They give each story, without spoiling anything, its own self-contained story. So your first one's Vikings focused. Your second one is like feudal Japan, so like samurai stuff. And then the third one you're getting is World War, I think 1 or 2. I don't remember. It was 19 something. But
So probably World War II.
you're getting a Viking, you're getting a like a shinobi and a samurai, and you're getting a dog pilot, like a airplane guy.
Oh, dogfights.
Dogfights.
Okay.
You're getting dogfights, yeah. And all 3 were crazy fight scenes. All of them were sick. All their stories were super good. I liked all the characters. The third one was where I thought it was gonna lose me. The dogfighting, the World War. I think it was 2. It's gonna commit to World War II. Cool. World War II stuff. That's where I was like, I don't know. Like, this seems a little too different. It doesn't seem as serious. Like, it seems a lot more jokey. The character's a lot more jokey, less serious. I freaking sold me, actually. I freaking was like, okay, never mind. This is sick. Like, I was really into his story. He had a lot more of he had a stronger personality in the sense that it was a lot more louder, it was a lot more extroverted. He talked more than the other 2. The samurai one, I don't even think they really talk. They talk very little. Very, very little. The Viking one has some good dialogue, but it's a lot more like action, like gruesome fights. The third one was a lot of talking. And it was really good, actually. Like, it sold me on the character's motive, on what he wants to become. And then when the fight scene happens, you're like, this is sick. I don't know how much I want to spoil. I really don't want to spoil any of it.
I know what happened in the end credit scene. They
And
showed
that's
it
the
at
other
Comic-Con.
that's what I was going to say, too. The end credit scene is awesome. And I'm so curious what Dan Trachtenberg is cooking because I feel like they're doing something. I don't know how Badlands is gonna. I don't know if Badlands is connected to Prey and Killer of Killers in a similar way that these two were connected in a very weird way. Without spoiling much, I might have just spoiled it by saying they're connected. There is correlation, but I won't say what the correlation is.
Yeah.
I feel like when you watch it, you'll probably get it pretty quickly. But I don't really know what they're doing. I think Badlands is going to be its own thing. I think they're going to do something different here, like as its own thing. I don't know if it's going to be anime. I don't know if it's going to be live action. I'm cool with both.
Yep.
Dan Trachtenberg is, I think, a genius. There's very few people that I think take on an IP after it's established and make it something new. And I think in a lot of ways probably better. I looked at the reviews for the old Predator stuff. It seems like people only really like the first one. And then there's a weird cult following for Alien vs. Predator. So I think in my lifetime, I can't think of a specific person right now. You can probably do it. Tyler can probably do it. I can't think of a guy that's taken on an IP after it's well established and made it something insanely special, like, and different, like actually changed it. When I was thinking about this, I was like, oh, Top Gun Maverick. But it was still kind of like, it was basically Top Gun. Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff is very similar. This shifted from a horror slasher to a cool sci-fi, like, let's get into the lore, the world, and all this stuff. Kind of like what Alien tried to do, and I think a lot more people were mixed on it. This is like one guy has a vision and he's getting it fully realized. And I love that because it's cooking. It's so good. I'm so engaged and I can't wait for the next thing he does. I don't care what it is. It could be freaking anything. I think he's going to go back to horror. I feel like he'll try it. I think he'll give it a try. But yeah, Predator Killer of Killers was something special and I think everyone should watch it because it was awesome.
I was gonna ask you a question, but you pretty much answered it right now.
Yeah, sorry. I kind of went.
No, that was perfect. I was gonna be like, do you think they're on the right track? And you just answered
yes.
it.
Yes, they're on the right track. They're killing it. Again, give him everything. Let him do Predator for the rest of his life if he wanted to. From what I understand, this guy's a big nerd, like a big video game nerd.
Big.
I would love to see him direct a video game adaptation. I don't know which one. I like had that thought, and I was like, I don't know which one I'd want him to do, but I think he would kill, and I'm really curious what he's gonna do.
I remember at the Predator Badlands panel that I was at, Brody was really going into the fact that he like plays like a lot of video games. He wants to incorporate like more of that type of like tension and intensity into the films and stuff. But one thing I thought was cool, and I don't know because once again I haven't seen Alien vs. Predator, but there were a lot of Alien vs. Predator fans in the crowd.
Yeah.
And they kept on chanting it, and he just gave a look. He didn't say yes or no, but he gave a look, and people got excited.
Without spoiling anything, I think Killer of Killers is probably the more Alien vs. Predator direction as opposed to Badlands.
Yeah.
Badlands, if you watched it, it seems like it's trying to do its own thing. If you have or you are still going to watch Killer of Killers, if you've seen it, you'll know. If you haven't, you'll get it when you watch. Like, that one would make more sense for an Alien vs. Predator thing. I think Badlands doesn't feel like that. Badlands very much feels like a video game. I watched it and I was like, yeah, I feel the energy like so hard. I think that's why I loved it so much. Yeah.
I knew you were.
But yeah, fantastic movie. Such a surprise. And I think I'm a Predator guy now. Okay. I love the Predator movies. Yeah, they're awesome. So I want to keep it going. But
hey, that's good, man. I'm glad you liked it. But now I'm definitely gonna watch it after that.
You should. It's short. It's an hour 20. It's an hour 20. Like just it takes no time. It's so fast. It goes by so fast.
I'm definitely checking it out.
Yeah.
But you also know another thing that we checked out? Pluribus.
Ha ha ha.
I kind of like that theme.
Yeah, I saw people hating on it actually.
I like it.
I did too. People said it was annoying. I was like, is it? I feel like it's kind of scary. It's like weirdly unsettling.
It's just creepy with those dots.
I think
it's creepy.
I liked it.
I like it.
I
like
it a
it's
lot.
creepy with those dots. But what was that? What was that? Before we do get into it, what would you rate that whole season 1 of Pluribus?
We're doing a whole season 1 review, guys. It's here. We stopped reviewing it weekly. We were like, hey, we got busy with other stuff. Let's just do a full season review when it's done. You want me to go first?
Let's hear the rating first.
Oh, just a number?
Like rating, non-spoiler, and then we'll get into spoilers.
Yeah.
And then we'll go back and forth.
Okay. My review for Pluribus season 1, I'm giving it a strong 8 out of 10. Really solid, really good. I think the first episode is the best episode of the show.
Yeah.
And I think if I've learned anything, that usually is like, man, like I wish there was another episode that like was like, whoa, yeah. But regardless, I think this show is going to be something special. To me personally, I think it already is something special, but I think it will be something that we'll talk about forever. I think this show is so creative. I think it's so genius. I think it's unapologetically what it is, and I think we need more of that, like in general. So regardless of what people are going to talk about, like, oh, it's boring, oh, it's this and that, whatever. Sure, maybe sometimes it can be a little boring. I respect it so much. I respect it so much. In a world where everything needs to be like this, an 8-episode show is able to not rush anything. I just really, really, really appreciated. And I ended the show feeling pretty satisfied.
Am I tripping? It wasn't 9 episodes.
9, sorry. You're
okay,
right.
I was just
9.
checking.
You're right. It was 9.
I was like, did I miss an episode?
Yeah, it was 9.
Okay, that's good. So strong 8. For me, I am probably going to go with a strong 7 out of 10.
No, you what? You think it sucks? You think it sucks?
I don't think it sucks.
Yeah.
I think this is where it should be because just like you, I liked the first couple episodes. I still like the whole show. I liked it. I just think it wasn't as strong enough for me. Was I satisfied with the ending? Pretty much.
Yeah, I was too, yeah.
I think it's just more of like, okay, more anticipation for what happens in season 2. But I thought it was very smart. I thought it was very interesting. I think the character that was introduced towards the end, very interesting now. I just want to know what happens because, like, earlier when we reviewed it, I pretty much thought Carol was going to be a certain way. Later, it changed, and I thought that was pretty cool. And then it changed again. But I thought it was a strong 7 out of 10. And I'm very excited for season 2.
I am too.
Very. I think season 2 is going to be really good.
Let's get into full spoilers. I first want to just address, I think there is a conversation happening on the interwebs, which usually when I say that doesn't mean anything good. Because usually when people talk about things, it's usually negative.
Yep.
Which we'll probably talk about again in our next thing we'll talk about.
We will.
But look, the episodes for the show go as follows. Here, let me give you the like IMDb scores. First episode is a 9 out of 10 stars. 8.4, 7.8, 8.1, 7.9, 7.9, 7.5, 7.7, and 8.4.
Wow.
Historically, Vince Gilligan, the first season of Breaking Bad, is all 8s. So a lot of people were pushing a narrative that this show sucks. On both sides. The people that love it were saying, how could you disrespect a show like this so much? And the other people saying, look how bad it is, look at the scores. And this is where I want to weigh on in this conversation. A 7 isn't a bad score.
It really is.
That literally means good. Maybe it doesn't mean great, and maybe, well, Vince Gilligan is like, he made Breaking Bad, this is the greatest show ever. This show is way different. It's so different that I don't even think you can like properly compare them episode by episode. They're obviously paced differently. The story is completely different. So I think when I was looking at these episode ratings, I think at first bugged me because I was like, man, I feel like I'm liking the show a lot more than other people are. But like I like calmed down, I relaxed. I was like, you know what though? Like these are pretty fair.
Yeah.
Like high 7s, sometimes middle 7s. Yeah.
I was thinking there was going to be a 6 in there, but
no, episode 7, or is it episode 8? One of the episodes is it's episode 7. It's a mix of Manousos coming to Carol and also Carol just hanging out doing whatever.
I think that was episode 7.
Yeah. It was. And yeah, that shouldn't have to be an 8 or a 9 out of 10. Like, I really liked that episode, but I also gave it a 7. I thought it was a great episode, but I'm not gonna.
It was funny.
Yeah, that was a good episode, but I'm not gonna sit here and tell you, yeah, you know, that episode deserved to be higher. Maybe there's an argument for it, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like people are saying the show's awful because it's a 7.5. I think that's a pretty good score, personally. I think historically with TV shows, you see the 8.8s, the 9.7s, you know, and you're like, yeah, that's quality television. But normal TV that slowly builds, isn't going to be 9s all the time.
Yeah.
You know? It's not rushing itself. It's taking its time. It's telling something very specific. And I think to compare it to Breaking Bad and even something like Better Call Saul is unfair. Because Breaking Bad lends itself to a story that's probably going to progress a lot quicker, because of what it is.
Yeah.
And Better Call Saul was a spinoff of that, so it's in the same world. It's going to progress similarly. This is something completely different that's going to build out so much slower because you have to also introduce you have to explain a lot of the way things work. You know, this idea is kind of confusing.
Yeah.
I think the show does a great job of laying it all out to you. I think it's trying to build like dread slowly. You could see that with the clock. When time passes, you're like, oh, whoa, I wonder what's different now. And I think that's what I want the show to be. Hot take. I like the show's slow. Sue me.
I think it works.
But, yeah.
I think it works the way it is. Like episode 7, I know people were complaining about it, but me watching Manousos try to get his way over to Carol, and then also seeing what Carol's going through, especially since we know she's lonely, is like it kind of gets us into the characters. Because I learned a lot about Manousos. That dude is resilient. That dude, he's sticking to his rule of he's not going to talk to them. He's not going to receive any help. And if he does receive any help, he'll pay them back instantly. And
I love that. He'd take people's gas and put $1.
I thought that was very cool of his character. But learning that at the start was like, okay.
Yeah. And now we're going to do a quick annual cut. We'll be back very shortly. Sorry to cut you off. All right, guys. We are back. It's been a long shoot. Our battery keeps dying, but I'm going to order an extra battery. We're still talking about Pluribus. We're going to continue it. We were talking about our controversies with the 7 out of 10. Phil was talking about his episode 7 and why we liked it. But I want to talk about what's really important. I want to talk about the ending. I want to talk about that last episode because I think it was a really strong way to end the season, personally. I don't know about you. Would you agree?
I think that was the right way to end the series. I still don't know how to rate it, but I think it's still like at a good 8. But I think that's the way you end it.
I liked that they did a really interesting thing with Carol where they kind of put her in a place where she was like, all right, like she's comfortable with them now.
Yeah.
Her and Zosha are getting a little close. A little too close. They're getting close.
Big time.
And she's like cool with it now. But then you get the needle drop moment. Hey, like, you guys need my consent, right? Because the stem cells and whatever. Yeah, that would be correct.
Yep.
What do you mean? Spoilers. I think we already said that. But yeah. And then you get the reveal. Carol had mentioned previously that she had frozen her eggs. You find that was like it didn't feel random. It felt very in moment, but like it sort of comes back to you and you're like, oh.
Dang.
So now they have perfect access to her stem cells, giving her, they said, a month to 3 months left to live as herself before the joining, right? Wow.
I'm sad for her, man.
Dude. What a moment. It was really good. You think her life's finally back. She's happy. She's enjoying herself. They're not going to overstep. They're good. Nope. They don't care. Because you know what? It's about what's best for her. Not about what makes her. It's about what will make her happy. And what will make her happy is the joining. And that was, dude, that's where I felt like I was sort of waiting for the show to escalate in a certain way. I don't think it did yet, but I do think that was enough for me where I'm like, okay, we're going somewhere. Now we have a little bit more tension. What did you think?
I thought it was cool, but also the thing before that when Zosha was explaining the origin of them.
Oh, yeah.
And where they were from.
On the planet?
Yeah, and I was like, technically, does that make them an alien or just an alien-made virus?
So my question is does that mean that maybe similar to what the people on Earth want to do, is that group was already turned into the hive mind, and now they sent the signal so that another people can join into that. And now they're in the joining. So now these people want to do the same thing. Remember, they said they want to try and spread the joining to as many people as they can. So I feel like that's what it is.
Yeah.
Like that planet had the same thing. They sent it to us. They're going to send it to their whatever. But I thought what was crazy, 2 things before we close. One, she has an atom bomb. She got it.
That was so funny,
Such a funny reveal, but also
what's in there? An atom bomb.
Yeah, and kind of a shocking twist. Because, like, you know the show. That's going to play into something later.
Yeah.
100%. Do I think she's going to blow herself up? Probably not. Do I think she's going to threaten to blow herself up? Yes. 1,000,000%. And I think that's crazy. And I'm like, whoa, this show's kind of intense right now. And I really like that. I like that there's that plot thread now. Because I'm so curious where it's going to go. I've literally no idea.
And also, Manousos showed us that there is a way to change them back.
Yes,
There
and
is
that
a
was the
way.
second thing I was gonna bring up. The freaking frequency. It didn't work. It wasn't working, but it probably will. So I'm like, there is breadcrumbs. There's things happening now, and I'm really excited to see what they do in the second season.
I'm just wondering if there are aliens that are gonna come down.
I got kind of worried about it when they were talking about it. I kind of hope not.
I'm wondering if that is the best fit. I'm iffy on it, but I kind of want to see how it would work. I want to see
Yeah.
how it plays into it.
I feel like it kind of takes away a lot of like the groundedness. I feel like of the show. I feel like the show is for how absurd the concept is. I feel like the show is pretty realistic.
That's what I'm.
It's very grounded. I wouldn't want aliens. I don't want spacecraft and ships. I mean, it's clear that those aliens don't even have that, right? Because they have to transmit it through an antenna. Like it's so far away, it's not reasonable for them to travel.
But you never know. They could just show up in
I
season
guess.
3
You
or
never
something.
know. Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
true.
That's why I'm thinking like maybe it's possible, but I wouldn't be mad if they didn't show them. I like where it's at right now and just the back and forth they're doing. But if they do add that element to it, I'm curious enough to want to know how it plays out.
Yeah, I agree. Before we close, I just want to say this. Pluribus has been an absolute joy to talk about. I've had so much fun. This show is sort of like a show that reignited me into like wanting to watch more like premium like live action TV. I haven't had that feeling in a while. I'm a lot more of an animated guy. I watch a lot of animated stuff now and then a lot of sitcoms because it's just easy for me to watch.
Exactly.
This show made me realize, no, dude, I like long form 50-minute episodes when I feel like the concept is worth it.
Exactly.
And I feel rejuvenated and I'm back. And I plan on watching something. Who knows? I think it might be Better Call Saul, but I also don't want to watch like a Breaking Bad thing. I
think
want
you
to
should
watch
do it.
something different. But yeah, I think I might end up doing that. But yeah, absolute joy to watch. Do I give my speech? Do I say the thing? We all complain about original ideas. But guys, there's an original idea right in front of your face. Watch Pluribus. Join us. It's worth it. Phil, any last thoughts on Pluribus?
I want to say the same thing you did because low key, I kind of like it when you do that. It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny, but it's right. Like if you guys want more original stuff, you guys should be going out to watch these type of things. If you don't like it, tell us why, because then that gives all these other directors ideas to change it up and maybe do something different that actually appeases you. But we need more original ideas like this, and the fact that this one was super interesting and people either love it or hate it.
It was the most watched Apple TV show ever.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Then come on, join the fun.
Yeah.
I'm having fun.
Yeah. Now let's move into something a lot more strange. Let's move on to Stranger Things. Phil, Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 2 came out. 2 mixed results. Look, you look at the IMDb scores. Episode 5 is, I think, like an 8.7. Episode, I lost my count, 6 was like a 9. Episode 7, 5 point something? My IMDb was glitched. Did they stop letting people review it on IMDb? Because
me
mine was
see.
stuck at an 8. And I was like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, 8. They don't have any reviews for. Or
I
a
saw
number
people
for it.
posting everywhere. Lowest rated episode of the season,
I think they blocked
5.6
it.
or something like that. I think they blocked it too, probably due to a lot of review bombing because of a very specific scene in the show. But I think there's a lot to talk about.
7, my bad. It's not blocked.
Okay.
It's still there.
Cool. I think there's a lot to talk about with this episode, or with these 3 episodes. So I don't really want to do like I guess we can give number scores, but I kind of want to talk more about like what's going on with the controversy and what you think.
Yeah.
So just give me off the bat, what was your number score? Really fast. Just say it.
Just for the whole thing?
Yeah. Episodes 5 through 7.
I'm pretty low on this. I'm not.
You're
gonna
pretty
lie,
low,
man.
okay.
So I'm gonna go for Stranger Things season 5, volume 2. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for 6.
I'm still pretty high on it. I liked it actually, but I understand some of the criticism.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say an 8. Sue me, kill me, Stranger Things, Crocs and all. You can sue me. I don't care. I really don't. Here's the thing. There's some things we need to talk about. There needs to be a conversation about directors talking about their shows. We saw it with James Gunn when he said this is the best thing I've ever done. And people were like, people talking about their feelings is lame. And people hated it. And that's the lowest episode of the show. The Duffer Brothers said we were going to have a dark Christmas. I didn't have a dark Christmas.
Yeah.
Nothing really. We're going to go full spoilers. We're just going to talk. We're just hanging out, guys. We're just hanging out. I'm assuming you watched it. it wasn't that dark.
It really
Nobody even died.
Yeah.
Except the military people that freaking Nancy Wheeler just murdered. And I was like,
Bro,
whoa.
she turned into Rambo,
Dude,
bro.
I was like,
nuts.
I was like, whoa. You mean to tell me this just like previously graduated high schooler is mowing down military people?
She a marksman now,
I don't know
bro.
about all that. But I do think people are pointing out some of the wrong things. I think a lot of people are saying the writing has gone downhill. Phil, you watched season 1. Do you think so? You could be honest. I want to know. Because I kind of want to talk about it. Like, I'm really curious.
Yeah, the thing with me with this whole thing, I don't know if it's a writing problem. I think it's just well, you know what? Maybe it is a writing problem. It doesn't feel like certain situations that are having talking moments should be talking moments. And it feels like the mood isn't right sometimes. Also, I don't feel the danger. So I recently rewatched season 1 of Stranger Things. I understand why people are so mad now. Stranger Things season 1 is way different than what this is. Like, way different. And I'm going to say it's much better. It's much better. The mood is actually, somebody described it as a psychological thriller with some horror aspects. Very more like, you saw Prisoners, right? It honestly gives that type of vibe. This doesn't have that. This is way more like silly now, way more fun. And I guess I shouldn't be mad about that. I feel like for some people they do need that. But to me, especially after the way we ended on Stranger Things season 4, doesn't really mesh with me well. So I don't know if I can say that the writing is the problem, because there are some scenes where there are talking points that are really good, but it just doesn't feel like it's the right moment for that. I feel like the first part of it, volume 1, was the right time to do this. But for volume 2, I felt like we kind of had to go. Like it was more like the danger should be everywhere
Very
now.
present, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. So volume 1, not bad at all. Perfect where they had these talking moments at. Volume 2 should have died down a little bit on that. Should have died down.
Okay, so we could take this in a few places.
Yeah.
I think for one, I think the Duff brothers need to shut up. I think they need to shut up. Just stop talking. What are you talking about? Like, I feel like you're lying. But I think also, I want to know, do you think the volume split up kind of screwed itself? Like, do you think if we just kind of had all of it, we'd be a lot more higher on it? Because we'd watch all of it together and we'd be like, oh, that felt a lot more like one big thing as opposed to its own sections.
I'm not going to lie. I think the volume setup is helping, at least with me, because me knowing that there is a 2-hour and 30-minute finale that can probably make this all better is keeping me in the loop.
Is it 2:30 or is it just 2?
Maybe 2 hours. My bad.
Regardless, it doesn't matter. Yeah,
a long episode, but if this all were to come out at once, I feel like that'd make it a little worse, because then you have, I want to say, episodes 1 through 3, which people went so high on, but episode 4 people love, and then you have episodes 5 and 6, and then 7, which people really don't like. I feel like if they had that mix of watching all those episodes and then finishing the season, I feel like it would be a lot of negative stuff.
I think to me though, it just feels like a lot of the criticism is coming from episode 7.
I've been hearing the overall season.
I thought episode 6 was great.
I thought it was okay.
I loved it. I don't know. I think my problems, because I think there are problems. I'm not gonna like glaze the show forever. I really like Stranger Things. I think it's valid. I saw people point out in like the thing that I made where I felt like the show's kind of always stayed similar. If you're telling me this, I heard other people telling me this too. Like it was different. Maybe it was. And honestly, you're probably right. And maybe I'm wrong. I just haven't seen it in so long. I grew up watching this show, and I think that's why it always felt fairly samey to me, that I just kind of watched it progress in this way that felt natural. But I do think people are pointing out scenes that are poorly acted, that are rough, and I don't think the acting is that great. I think Millie Bobby Brown needs work, for sure. I think she needs work. I think Noah Schnapp, I'm going to give him some love in a little bit, but I think he needs work.
Yeah.
I think Finn Wolfhard, I don't know how good he is in other things. I think he needs work.
I haven't seen him in a lot besides Ghostbusters, and this. I don't know.
I want to give these 3 people all the love. I'm forgetting the actor for Lucas. Caleb McLaughlin.
Yep,
He deserves.
McLaughlin.
He's so good. He's so talented. Sadie Sink, we all knew she was talented.
Oh, yeah.
She's so talented.
Big time.
And Gaten Matarazzo is so talented. I think them three, they are clear that they have really not perfected, but they've gotten so good at their craft where they can they can act fairly well. I think these other kids, I don't think they can really act, if I'm being honest. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I'm some great actor. That's the truth. I can't do your job. That's why I'm sitting here talking about your job.
Uh-huh.
But the truth is, I think it's hard to watch the show now because when they're kids, you give them a lot more grace.
Yeah.
Like they're little kids. It's like they're going to act like little kids and that's how it's going to play off. Now they're grown people. They're my age. And it's like, I don't know about all this. I don't think the writing is awful. I understand the people talking about like it feels like the dread isn't there. Like I'm not worried. But I don't know. I kind of do. Like Vecna kind of has everything he needs. He has the control of the kids. His plan is laid out. We understand what it is for the most part. There's still that like ever living, like he's aware that Will has the ability to control him.
Yeah.
And I think he knows. Look, I hope the show does a thing where he seems like he's aware. If the show is smart, Vecna knew that what he was doing was getting Will like, hey, we're going to tap you into my power. And now I'm going to be able to control you.
Yeah.
If the show's smart, it'll do that. I think my problems with the show are a lot of the dialogue with how they figure out plans. Like I told you off camera, I love making fun of it. It's like, shoo. Guys, shoo, that's it. We got it. And it feels like every single second they are doing that.
Yeah.
And I think for the past 3 seasons, season 3, 4, 5, I think very much have that energy. But since this is the final season and we're figuring out a lot more things, everything is being explained like that. And I'm like, dude, stop. Please stop. Like, okay, I get it. Jeez. But I think the reveal of the Upside Down was really cool.
That was a very
and
cool
I
scene.
love
Very
that,
cool.
like the shot of it, like showing as a wormhole. I thought that was awesome. I was like, dude, yes, like there we go, like great.
And then what was the matter called? The
Whatever, antimatter.
Antimatter that blew up. I thought that was a cool scene.
Cool scene, yeah. And I think a lot of people pointing out awful acting moments. I think the scene with Steve and Dustin is both of them when they fight and when they like hug each other, and at the end was great.
I liked it.
So
I liked
great.
that scene.
I was like, dude, I got chills. I was like, this is so good. I think the scene with Nancy and Jonathan, a little confusing, and I saw a lot of people saying bad writing, but I think it's fairly clear what happened. I did ask my cousin the question, like, hey, they did break up, right? Like, that's what it was.
They broke up.
And maybe if that's what you have to ask that, I said, that's a dumb, like, that means it's bad. And I go, maybe, but I think it was pretty well acted, and I felt something.
And exactly why I hate love triangles now. That's been the answer for a lot of love triangles I've been seeing lately. It's just, you're going to pick him or him. And
she
then
just
it's
goes
like,
by herself.
nobody.
And
I'm like,
I
come
called
on.
that, though. It
I
seemed
just-
like that's where
I'm
that was
getting
going.
tired of it. That's why I was
fair.
getting
And that's
annoyed
fair.
with
Like, just
it.
make up your mind. But I love that scene. I think it was really good. And it's like, hey, we only love each other because of the shared trauma that we always talk about. And I think that's really, like, I was like, wow, good job. I like that they did that. The scene where Noah Schnapp, 2 of them for me. I don't love him I don't think he's the best actor. But the scene when he's controlling Vecna and he's like, Max, run! So good. I was like, yes. I felt the dread in that moment. Like Vecna is scary. Like when he shows up and then he switches to like the
nasty looking
nasty
Vecna?
look, and then and then he's big monster. Super good. So strong. The conversation with Max and Holly, so good. I thought it was really good. I know people say, why didn't she run? Why are they doing a full talking session? It's because they figured it out. Can I ask what you didn't like about it?
I'm not going to lie, bro. That scene I really did not like.
Why?
Here's the thing. So I'm part of the crowd where it's like I really don't feel the danger. And that was one of the scenes where I'm like, they could have done this after they got out or something. They could have figured it out because here's the thing. When you got Vecna right behind you or something and you're in Vecna's world, in my opinion, once again, I don't know too much about Stranger Things, but it was very annoying to just have them. If you want to have a second to talk, like real quick, like 2 seconds, 5 seconds, just be like, okay, find me, do this, and then do that. I can live with that, but it was a long talk where it's like, I feel like you just need to go and run, because also the music. You don't know if it's going to cut out or not. So I feel like that should have also been in their heads where it's like, I just got to go. And just having that talk in that moment, I was like, I need y'all to run.
It's important to mention, though, that Max realizes she never needed the music. That was the point. Like, she doesn't need the music. She just needed Lucas to be there for him.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why Holly's like, hey, I don't have a boyfriend. And she's like, okay, then what's the thing that holds you? And it was like the necklace. Like that's what makes her strong. And I feel like that was the moment, and that's supposed to be the realization. I understand the Vecna thing, but also Vecna wasn't near them at that point.
But that's what I'm
Like
saying.
he was gone.
Bro. Like that's
and they were in a place where they were never. He wasn't gonna go there.
But that's my problem with this whole world that they're in. It always felt like there was danger wherever they were. If they even stopped for a couple of seconds, like you should worry. With that scene, it was like, well, what's the point then? Because season 4 ended on a fact that anywhere they are, any second they take up, it's dangerous for the rest of the time. Them to have that much time to talk really annoyed the crap out of me.
But like they were in one of those like only moments where they are safe, because that entire memory sequence they aren't safe. Like Vecna is finding them, and then when he does, they get away and they go into the place he's never gonna go. So there was nothing to worry about. You know, like that was established. That was well established that he wasn't gonna go there. He doesn't like that place.
Okay.
So that's why they have
know that.
time. And look, I feel like that's fair. It definitely plays off weird, but I don't think it's fair to like diminish the show's quality on that. And I think the next thing that people are diminishing the show's quality on is Will's coming out scene, which I think is probably one of his best acting performances in that show. And I looked at my brother, I was like, we were making fun. He'd say things, I'm like, bruh, like, come on. But that scene, I looked at my brother, I was like, dude, it's clear that this man can act when he like understands what, like he gets it, when he can relate to it, because like that's him, you know, like Noah Schnapp is gay, and he was able to play off that scene a lot better because he has that experience, he's lived that experience, and it was a great scene. People pointing out it's like, oh yeah, he needed to be gay to like beat Vecna. No, that's not what it was.
Man.
It was that Vecna manipulates people and makes them see their biggest fears.
Yeah.
His biggest fear is him being rejected by everyone he loves.
Yeah.
So he needs to say how he's feeling and what he's going through so that there's no fear going in.
Yeah.
I don't think that's that weird.
Wait,
right? Like, I don't think
it's weird.
Well, so many people are saying it's dumb and weird, and that doesn't make any sense.
I thought it was actually a pretty good scene.
Right.
Like, I differ from everybody else because everybody posting about that scene, to me, when Noah Schnapp Will was talking the way he was, I actually thought it was pretty real, because I feel like a person would be that shaky and would be
real.
Very like personal when he was bringing up those moments. Somebody brought up an interesting theory where I actually got way more interested in that come out scene, but I think it was the right pattern of talk. I think it was the right moment maybe to talk about that, because once again, you're going into the upside down, or the
Abyss.
The abyss. There we go. The abyss. Like, you don't know if you're gonna live or die coming back. So I feel like, why not just tell your friends like something that's important to you? Like, I didn't think it was as bad as people were talking about it. I think it was okay. I think it was a legitimate moment, and I feel like it was a real moment.
I wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy, so I asked other people like that I know watch it that are, I think, more critical than I am. I think I am a little. I can be critical. I think we established that. Yeah. But there's things that I'm biased towards, and I love Stranger Things. So I was asking people that like I know watched it, like, hey, what do you think of this scene? Oh, I liked it. Yeah, it was pretty good. I'm not hearing a lot of hate from normal people. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. Look, I want to give a shout out to a specific podcast that I think covered Stranger Things pretty well. The Escape podcast did a really great job of talking about the show and its problems. I agree with the problems. Again, I agree with them not killing off a character is dumb. I'm at the point where if they don't kill off a character, I don't think I'd be upset, but I wouldn't be mad at people. And I wouldn't be mad at people for thinking that. I think that's so valid. I wouldn't be upset, but I think that is weird. Yeah. Like, you can't talk about people dying and then not kill anyone off. They said it was going to be a bloodbath and nobody has died.
Really?
So weird. I don't really like, I do think the way they explain things is kind of funny and cringy sometimes. Yeah, wholeheartedly. I don't think it's the best.
Popcorn.
Guys, we have to defeat Vecna by heating him up a Demogorgon. Like, guys, that's dumb for sure. But I like the show a lot. And I think the final episode 7, does a really good job of setting it up for the ending. And I think it's everything set up. They're all in the upside down. It's one of the only times the whole cast is together. And I think now we're going to get to like the big, interesting battle stuff.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to Volume 2. And I just feel disappointed, but I'm excited for whatever's going to happen in this final episode. But I do think at the end of it, I'm gonna put season 4 still as the best.
For sure.
season
For sure.
to me.
But yeah. Good last episode. Not crazy. Should have been crazier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, our battery's about to die. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Film Podcast, where we review films in the way that anyone can enjoy. This is our TV show catch-up because of our backlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that things. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and for all you Spotify listeners, audio listeners, I hope you enjoyed. TikTok, I don't think I said. Hope you guys enjoyed. Be ready for our top 10 projects of the year. Stranger Things may or may not be on it. Who knows? Unless we hate it. It comes out tomorrow, so we'll see.